Welcome to our next video. We're still talking about option pricing. This time we'll be talking about short puts. What is a put? A put is the right to sell something, is the right to sell an underlying, for example a stock, at a certain price that is agreed at the outset, the exercise price. So we always have to compare it long put and short put. With the long put, you have the right, you buy the right to sell something. With short put, you sell the right to sell something. You have to be very careful with this. Here, with short puts, you sell the right to sell the underlying, and with the long put, you buy the right to sell the underlying. It's really a bit complicated. So now what happens if we deal with the following? The exercise price, let the exercise price be 30 and the stock price at expiration may be 40. So the exercise price is strictly inferior to the stock price. We'll be here. We are here in this half on the right side of the exercise price. What happens? Because we always have to compare it short put. We can only understand what a short put is about if we take a close look at long put. So you sell the right to sell something, and you have to keep in mind what the buyer of this right does. If the exercise price is strictly inferior to the stock price at expiration, the following will happen. The owner of the option is not going to exercise. He is not going to exercise. We here, so the line indicated red, the red line gives us a value of 0, because the owner of the right to sell something is not going to exercise. Why should he? There'd be a loss for him, so he doesn't exercise the option. And if he doesn't exercise the option, the seller of this selling option, it does not have to deliver. So there is a gain for him of 0 and a loss for the other person of 0 too. So it's gain or loss equal, it's 0. The value of the short put is equal to 0 if we don't consider the price of the option, of course, is equal to 0 if the stock price at expiration is strictly superior to the exercise price. What happens if it's the other way around? What happens if the exercise price is equal to 0 and the stock price at expiration is, for example, 25? Here we have 30 and 25, the stock price at expiration. Now, it's the maximum of those two values, 0 and x minus s sub t, giving us 30 minus 25. So the maximum value of 0 and 5 leading to 5. This is 5 for the owner of the put, the one who has bought the right to sell something. The one person who has bought the right to sell something has a value of plus 5. Why? How come? Because he can buy the stock at 25, and since he has bought the right to sell something at the outset, to sell something at the exercise price of 30, he can just resell it one moment afterwards. He can resell it for 30, having a gain of $5. So he has 5. Long put gives us 5, but short put gives us minus 5, gives us negative 5, of course. Because if we're talking about short put, we sell the right to sell something. We don't buy it, we sell it, which means we don't have the right any longer. We don't have the right any longer. We depended on the one who has the right, who will exercise or not, so we depended on him. which means if the other person, if the owner of this option has a gain of $5, so it's a loss for the other one. It's a loss for short put. A gain for long put is a loss for short put. That's important to understand. The maximum loss is here, can be seen here. If the stock price at expiration is equal to 0, there's the maximum gain for the one with long put, and it's the maximum loss for the one with short put. So we always have to see what's going to happen with the one having long put in order to understand short put. Thank you for watching.